Welcome to another episode of Boxed Up Vibes. Wesley Chris here with Matt and Cody once again.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
Episode 4, I believe, is what we're on.
Already number 4.
Yeah, I know. It's been fun though. Had a lot of fun. We tried to give you a Thanksgiving episode. We failed. Our apologies, but we hope everybody had a wonderful holiday and enjoyed their meals with their family.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I know we did. I know it was busy, but it was a blessed one, and we hope you all had a blessed one as well.
Now we're rolling into some more holidays.
We're going to
Christmas. We're going Christmas shopping.
Christmas
stuff
vibes
now.
over there, Cody.
It's just his time.
It is. It's that time of year. I mean,
'Tis the season.
Since I met Cody, like that was probably one of the first things that he told me about himself is that he loves Christmas. So
everybody fakes it. Everybody fakes it. It's okay with me. It's okay. Just be happy.
Yeah,
It's
for
all,
sure.
It's all I want.
For sure.
All right. So, big thing, guys.
Oh, we're getting the vibe.
Yeah. All right. So I was on Rocket League.
Oh shit.
I was.
Coming out strong with the gaming vibes.
I was.
Rocket League vibes.
Yeah.
Look, and I had somebody like completely like go off on me. Granted, you know, we were winning like 4-0, and these people, bro, I was getting called all kinds of dirty names. All kinds of dirty names, like things that like I'm not even comfortable saying.
Oh Lord.
And
You report him?
I did.
Job
But
well done.
I never get any confirmation whether or not, like, I feel like if somebody's going that far, the stuff that these people are like,
Right.
yeah, I don't want to go into it, telling people to hang themselves and all kinds of stuff. Like, I was like, what the hell?
If my memory serves me correctly, I kind of feel like there was a point in time whenever Rocket League did notify you
It
that,
did.
hey, like, your action that you, like, submitted, we took action upon that and, like, gave this person a ban.
Right.
Thank you for, like,
Right.
trying to police the community pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they did that at one point, but it's been a long-ass time, and I report, you know, if you go into, like, any kind of racism or anything like that in the chat, man, like, immediately I'm reporting you just because, I mean, I'm there to have a good time.
Right.
And
my thing is they put on, like, Rocket League, like, on the website and everything. Like, they put on there, like, if you don't like, it even says if you don't like the trash talk, change it to team only. There's a difference between trash talk and straight up just
being a dick,
absolutely
being an ugly person.
You can tell
Yes.
somebody that they're weak or, you know,
Right.
they're slow or on the
Right.
rotation. You
You're
can say something like that,
trash. You're trash.
But yeah,
you
you're
can't
right.
do nothing.
We
You
go
can't hit
into
the like.
severe shit. That's getting a little overboard.
I don't let a lot of it bother me. I kill them with kindness, and I've said that before, and I'll continue to say it. I kill them with kindness. Like I said, but I have that line. If you cross it, we'll report you.
I'm that guy. Right. I don't know. I worry about the kids that are, because we have a cousin that he says he plays.
Right.
I mean,
Young?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. You know, elementary school.
Oh, you know, it's a free game. You know, kids are playing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
it's a very competitive game.
and the fact that you're playing these people not knowing if it could be, you know, a 7-year-old kid or, you know, 27-year-old man, whatever.
Right.
You don't know what's on the other side of the
Right.
screen
Correct.
Right.
or what that person's going to do after that game.
Exactly.
Things like that.
What they're going through.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you could be that person that just sets that person off that day.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Well, you know, you brought up a good point there, because you look at somebody like myself, which anybody that knows me knows that I'm I wouldn't say constant gamer, but I'm on there quite a bit whenever I can. Yeah, most definitely. But it's my out. It's my therapy. I suffer from a lot of mental illnesses, I guess you could say, from the war, PTSD and such things, and that's kind of like, it's just that therapy, my out. It's a place for me to go and calm my mind, and I'm not thinking about things I shouldn't be thinking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there are times whenever, you know, people say things and stuff like that, you know, it kind of breaks those barriers and the purpose of what you're there for,
Right.
you know? So I think if people would be more mindful of those type of things, communities would probably be a lot more cleaner.
Yeah.
That's true. Right. I got my vibing over here. I got a different vibe, I'm on the Rocket League vibe, but now I'm over here thinking what I've done over the weekend. So
Okay.
we went and the wife and I had a little, a nighttime date. How about that? So instead of watching a movie,
Dating vibes.
we got on Rocket League. I introduced her to Rocket League, and I've never played the split screen, so I figured it out. The wife gets on there, and she's over here like getting into the game. Like, she's actually, the competitiveness, it came out.
She's vibing with it.
Oh, she was vibing with it. But now y'all over here, we're talking about the toxic community, and I'm over here thinking about my wife, like, she hasn't got introduced to that yet, but it's to come. It is to come, babe. Hey, man. But, hey, I'll go check out.
So let me ask you this real quick, bro. Like, somebody comes at your wife, are you getting hot up in the box?
I'm gonna kill him with kindness.
I'm
gonna tell him to have a blessed day. Okay. Hey man. Hey, y'all come hang out with us on the Rocket League. That's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can go live on YouTube and Twitch, and we can talk and shoot the shit. You can follow. Wes is over there at Afgandolph. Cody's at XJ_Crawler 1997. And myself, I'm at There That Man Go.
There you go.
So come hang out with us and vibe on it, man. It's a good time. It's just I don't know. It's different from many other games I play. I feel like video games are video games, but Rocket League, man, it's just a kind of different platform.
And I'm open to whatever. Come check me out, man. Come hang out with me.
Wes is game.
I play whatever. Right now, I've been on a GTA kick, man. I've been running my drugs and whatnot, my nightclub, and
Look, and I have yet.
I can't do GTA.
And that's my thing. I have
so
yet.
much.
Wes has been begging me to play GTA.
Yeah, man.
For years now. Gave me a copy of this game, but I cannot.
I did give you a copy of the damn game.
Yeah, I have it downloaded on my system and everything.
What?
I just cannot get past the same thing you just said about running the drugs and everything. Because I'm like, damn, these people been making the same damn game about running drugs and fucking strippers and,
Bro, like,
for the past...
Day one of that
game. Just different places, bro.
Hold up. We're gonna go to a break real quick because I'm gonna say something and I know I'm gonna go into it, but damn it, like, I'm upset now.
We have touched the field.
But I'm gonna give you a good example of what you can compare the GTA to, because I was actually thinking about this the other day. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Cody with Box Up Vibes. Stop what you're doing. Go on social media, Facebook. Go to our platform. Click on the link and put your email in. You'll be notified when our grand opening for our store is. Get some great merchandise. We'll be back with you.
Welcome back to Box Up Vibes, y'all.
All right, so let's get back into this GTA, okay? First of all, I'm really upset that you just have that sitting on your damn thing downloaded and ain't played with me yet. But hey, I'm gonna promote it. Hear me out, Rockstar. Like, here I am promoting your game for you, okay? Matt, you need to get on there, because if you haven't experienced GTA Online yet, like, you're missing out. Like, because I was thinking about it the other day. If there is something that's probably the closest that you're going to get to the metaverse, there it is. Like, you've got your in-game currency. You've got all this fucking crazy-ass shit that you can do. Well, I mean, obviously in the metaverse, I'm sure you're not going to be able to do all that crazy stuff. But I'm just saying, for, like, example, bro, I mean, you literally, like, purchase your homes. You run businesses, multiple businesses, a nightclub, extortion businesses, a garage, an auto shop garage is now available, which I think is really, really cool, because it goes on with the LS tuner meets and stuff like that. It's like almost like some gives me some like Need for Speed Underground vibes. You know what I'm saying? All these nice little cars that you can get, soup them out and stuff like that, and then you go race them, bro. It's just a whole different little rep area and all that stuff for the street racing stuff. It's really, really cool. They have the motorcycle club, man, where you literally run your own motorcycle club, and that's really where it gets really, really fun, because there's multiple avenues that you can take to run a business. There's counterfeiting, there's your marijuana business. It even gets nitty gritty nasty all the way down to that meth and cocaine. And
It's awful.
yeah, it is. But like I said, man, there's money to be made in the game, and unfortunately, that's how you make it. And the heist, you know, you you got to rob people, man. But it's a fun game, man. It is. It's a game that I turn to a lot. You know, I go to, and it's just like, hey, man, a little stressful day. Let's go on GTA and see what we can't fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Check out my coke supplies.
Well, I don't have no, I will be honest. I will be
Heist.
dead honest with you. I don't have no meth and no coke. Just everybody's like, oh man, you ain't got none of that. I won't do it, bro. I won't do it just because, like, real time, like, I don't agree with that shit. I don't fuck with that shit. If you do that shit, shame on you. Like, that ruins families. That ruins lives. Marijuana is used as medicine and stuff like that. So, you know, I have one of those on the game. Counterfeiting and stuff. Yeah, I make fake money and all that fucking shit. So,
let's put it on the table then.
what's up?
Let's put it on the appropriate and non-appropriate or inappropriate
Okay.
vibes.
Okay. Uh-oh.
We can go on games, life, whatever. But do you think there is an age to where a child shouldn't be playing that game? Like, do you agree with the 5 to 6 to 7 year olds that are?
Well, Roman gets down on it. So
Does he understand what he's doing?
No, not at all. He don't understand what he's doing. And there are times whenever, there's times whenever the volume's turned. Risk I am to turn the volume down. I don't necessarily turn the volume down because I'm here 24/7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with my children. That is what I do. I raise my children. I teach my children. And you know, Braylee plays it. You know, and she knows. Don't repeat what you hear. You know, obviously understand that this is a video game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not real time. We don't go outside and this stuff is not okay and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's where it comes down to where, like,
the parenting side. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's on the parents, dude.
You know,
like,
there's other parents out there.
a lot of parents let the video games babysit the children. You know what I'm saying? And do my kids play a lot of video games? Yes, they play a lot of video games. But my children also have chores and all this other stuff that they have to do. And, you know, exercise. I'm big on exercise.
Video games is a privilege. It's
Correct.
Not a,
Correct.
Shouldn't be a.
It should be monitored. I do think it should be monitored, most definitely. Like, you should definitely have times that you're on there. You shouldn't be spending hours upon hours and stuff like that. I don't think that's good for you. And I say that from experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Growing up, being a gamer and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of things that whenever you get older, you look back on, and you're like, man, if I could change something, I'd probably spend a little bit less time on the games. Not necessarily like not play them at all, because the memories that were made were just... They're awesome, man. I mean, that's just a different world. Whenever you connect into a gaming community and you have online friends and stuff that you're playing with every single night and stuff like that, man, it's just a different out in a different world.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate those moments and those times. But yeah, man, maybe there's some moments I wish that I probably would have put down the controller and went and actually explored what's outside. You know what I'm saying? And I'm big on that, man. And I'm big on that with my children and them understanding that there's more to life than TikTok and your YouTubes and your Twitches and your video games, and that's something that I didn't have. My parents didn't come in my room and say, get off the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have that. You know, I didn't have that parent saying, hey man, let's go outside and let's fucking learn how to make a fire. You know what I'm saying? Or, well, you know what? Let's do some self reflecting time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's learn how to, like, spiritually connect to ourselves and stuff like that, because I've mentioned it before. I'm big on meditation. I teach my kids to meditate. You know, how to understand to control yourselves in certain moments is very key in life. You know what I'm saying? And meditation is a very, very good tool to obtain those abilities of self-control.
Stay off the screen.
Yeah, man.
Get up.
Well, that's the biggest problem. Parents are using they're using the games and tablets and everything to distract their kids,
Right.
So they don't have to have the attention.
And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it. You know,
Right,
Roman
but
gets on the
everybody-
phone, like Charlie gets on the
Right.
phone, stuff like that. But I don't let it babysit my kid. You get what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
not. My kids get certain times of the day that they can just free range watch TV,
Right.
play on tablets,
Yeah.
whatever. But then I'll make them turn the TV. I'll take the remotes, turn off the TVs where they can't get it back on, and then either go outside and play. Play in your room, play with your toys, play
Right.
with your Barbies, whatever. Because got all girls.
Right.
Just because that my kids did fall victim of being babysat by their tablets, and it became an issue when the tablets were gone, and we'd have the tantrums and the fights. And
Right,
that's,
right.
That's the biggest thing. Parents got to stop using them as a babysitter.
Right. And there was a point in time that Braylee, when she was younger, she was struggling with her grades, and that's one of the biggest things that we adjusted. Well, okay, let's look at what she's doing. What is she doing when she comes home? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was always resorting to that tablet or looking up something on YouTube or whatever it is. And so we started monitoring that time, man. Lo and behold, the grades got back up to where they should be. You know what I'm saying? Just helping your child understand how to prioritize their time, how to prioritize themselves in life, man, is it's essential. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to conduct yourself as a human being in order to survive.
I
Go ahead.
Right. No, y'all can go ahead.
I just think it's a big thing to keep your kids active. Like if your kids
Absolutely.
if they have something going on, like I'm not saying if your kids in sports they need to be in all these lessons and your schedule needs to be jam packed. But if you do need to have your kids doing something at least once, twice a week, just to keep them in a routine of not being stuck behind a screen.
Right. Yeah.
But that's just me. I'm a big advocate for it.
I got I'll share with y'all what I do on my side of things. Like what my daily life is with the kids. Of course, everybody knows if you've been listening to the episodes. I stay home with my children and I homeschool them. So let me get on that homeschool vibe real quick when we come back.
Okay.
So stay tuned with us, y'all. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes. It's Matt here. You vibing out to the games is your thing? Come follow us at XJ_Crawler 1997. There that man go. You can follow Wes at Afghan Dog. We're always on the station. We're always on Twitch. Come vibe with us.
Hey guys, welcome back up to Boxed Up Vibes. Matt, you're leading us off with some homeschool vibes.
So, you were talking about, school with Ray and everything. And
Right. Yeah.
so we're homeschooled. Of course, the girls are home. I mean, we have that luxury where, if we want to get on, if they need to get on tablet, they can. But,
Hold on, Ripley. I applaud you for taking the step to choose to homeschool your children. I do think it's really cool that you're on that adventure with your girls, and I think that ultimately it's going to pay off. Like the girls are going to look back one day and see you as, you know what I'm saying, what you were.
I mean, I appreciate it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's just so homeschool is new for us. I mean, we did the virtual. I think everybody did virtual, and then they had the A/B schedules, and then now we come in this year. We decided to do the homeschool because it just fit our family schedule. It had nothing to do with the COVID and stuff. One of those things I disagree. I don't think a child should be wearing a mask all damn day and sitting in a classroom. And sure to God, why are you wearing a mask when you're outside on the slides or on the swings?
Right.
Shit didn't make sense. But anyways, the homeschool for us, it just fits our family lifestyle. With that being said, dude, the challenge of me doing it and being a man doing it is crazy. Because I hear there's so much women that do this. The
Right,
moms
correct.
are doing the homeschool. So when they hear a dad's doing homeschool, they're like, well, what the hell? What's going on here? Like, that's not right to society. Why is it not right? Like, I don't understand why it's weird for a father to be a homeschool dad. Like, why is that weird to everybody? Like, I look back, man, and that's my challenge. Like, people look at me like, dude, you're weird. Like, that's not right for you. You shouldn't be doing that. Or, personally, I feel like I have to compete with everybody, with everybody's child, with everybody's schoolwork, with everybody's opinion. Just because I feel like at any moment it's gonna slip up. My kids are not gonna be where they need to be, and then I got somebody knocking at my door. That's my challenge. Is it that way? No, my kids are now like, they're inspiring me because they're showing me their growth. Like, right before my eyes, I see them doing these math problems, and their language arts and their vocabulary. And I've got one child that she just struggles reading. She's in third grade. She couldn't read worth a lick. And you've been in public school system for 4 or 5 years now, and preschool, kindergarten, all that. And she struggles reading. I've had homeschooling going since August, and this child's now able to read. Like, she has a confidence to go to the library, look up her own books, go find the books. Before that, she wasn't able to figure out anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I don't know, man. I just sit back and I'm like, I'm blessed. We're blessed. We're
absolutely
happy.
Man.
And it's just I guess the mental aspect for myself is like, I feel like I'm having to battle this every day.
Right.
Like, just doing school, they're not battling. They're having fun, but and they're learning. And I think that's the most important thing. I feel like I can, as long as we're learning. I mean, I'm doing a good job. So everybody else out there that don't like it, you know what you could do. You could
What about you?
My biggest thing, my biggest question is, are you having to reteach yourself stuff that you
That's a good question.
were taught?
That's a good question.
To teach your kids?
100%.
You're relearning as well?
I relearn 100% everything. Even, you're going to think 2 plus 2. It's just the mental math of it. How to actually go about a problem. 12 plus 2. Things like that. Like, how to go about. It's not that I don't know it. It's just that I feel like if my children are having to learn, why am I not learning as well? I feel like education don't stop, regardless of what level it is.
Right.
Keep refreshing, like nouns and pronouns and all that.
Are you teaching things the way that they teach it in school now? Or are you teaching things the way that you learned them?
Right.
So I teach it the way, like a standard basic education, like you're supposed to have, like the math. Like, I stay away from the Common Core. Now, I do let it be an option for my child. If she thinks that's a better way for her to obtain it and learn it, then there's your option. But for homeschooling, I'm able to go and put everything on the table, and then my child is able to pick what best suits them. And then I just adapt to them to help them learn that way. For the public school system, no. It's either your kid's on track with it, or you're going to get left behind. So you got 2 weeks to learn long division. Well, if your child cannot pick that up, then they just get left behind. There's no going back to that. Now, for the children that are advanced, it's the same case for them. If they pick this up within a day, like they're ready to go, then they have to stay with the curriculum of what the state says, So that's for us, the freedom of my children being able to pick how they want to learn, man.
And your child gets that more one-on-one focus.
For sure, dude.
I will say this: in the military, you are presented the opportunity to meet people of all kinds, backgrounds, whatever you have. I was fortunate enough to have a couple of soldiers who were homeschooled. And let me tell you what, man, those were some of the smartest people that I can say that I had the honor to work with in the military. Two of the smartest soldiers that I have ever encountered.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
And I know I know the military background, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's cool that you're saying that, because that's another thing, man. Like, people are like, well, your child's not going to learn this and this and that. I'm like, well, they are going to learn math, reading, and all that, but they want to go into, well, they're not going to learn, how the other kids or what their other kids are learning, such as, what sex is and what a penis is and what is bullying and people picking on them. my thing is, why the hell you want me to put my child in that shit? Like, what are you trying? They know what that shit is. They know what the world is.
My
It's
thing
cruel.
is, there's so many things that are that's left out in public schools as far as what's taught.
What's
I mean,
the truth?
What's the truth? That's the key.
Exactly. So I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday, an older gentleman. He's in his 50s, and I was telling him, I was like, I'm learning every day. It's just something I try to do. I try to learn something new every day. And I was like, I said, I was in, public schools for, 14 years, whatever. You count like preschool stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told him, I said, the entire time I was in school, I was never taught that there was a Black Wall Street, that there was a massacre. And this man looked at me in my face and started laughing. He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "There used to be a Black Wall Street, a very wealthy black economy. They had their own economy going on." I said, and they didn't like it. I said, and these fucking white guys went in and slaughtered all these people and burned down their community in Black Wall Street. And this man told me he had never heard of that. 52 years old and had no idea that was a thing. I mean, it baffles me what the public schools will teach your children,
Correct,
versus what they will not teach you.
and it goes deeper than just the school systems, man. The lies and deceptions that are within America by itself, not just the world, are astonishing. Once you actually do your own DD and take that, you have to be willing to take that journey to accept that some of the things that you may have been taught are just not fucking true. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to accept that belief and understanding that some of the things that you have been taught are just not true.
And don't thank people that we haven't been in the same shoes as that. Like, it took us, we had to wake up to it. I mean, we
Absolutely.
had to go and start figuring it out ourselves. And, the world, man, the world is your school.
Mhm.
Go use that, man.
Knowledge is power.
Go figure that stuff out. That's where I'm at. That's why I'm blessed, man.
Hey guys, it's Cody with Box Up Vibes. Stop what you're doing. Go on social media, Facebook. Go to our platform. Click on the link and put your email in. You'll be notified when our grand opening for our store is. Get some great merchandise. We'll be back with you.
So all of the people that I do keep up with, like on Facebook, all the successful people that I know, their kids. I mean, these are kids that I remember. Like, their families would take them out of school, like in the middle of like, I don't know, January, February, and take them on vacations. But they would go off to like India, or they go somewhere in Europe. And I look at all these kids, but these people are doctors now. I mean, these people live overseas now.
So what you saying? I need to take my kids.
No, what I'm saying is,
That's why we can get that doctor.
with homeschooling versus public schools, you're gonna get that benefit of being able to travel and to get to, like these children did, like the kids that I went to school with that went off to do all these good things and great things, because they got to learn from the world.
The world.
They weren't
Absolutely.
learning the whole time in a box, in a classroom.
Oh man,
That's where I'm at.
That is our blessing, man. That is where we
I really think
thrive.
That's
Get
whenever
out there.
I will honestly say I found myself like,
traveling.
yeah, man, after I came back home and I was hurt and stuff like that from the war, of course I had my dark period,
Right.
my dark area where, like, it was nasty, it was bad and stuff like that. But once I went on my healing journey, I guess you could say, my acceptance of I'm not the same person. You know what I mean? Like, I had to learn to accept the fact that I was not the same Wes. You know what I mean?
Right.
As much, and I used to fight with people about it. No, I'm still me, and like, nah, man, it's just. But whenever I went on that journey, and it's just like I let the world teach me, I learned so much about myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's really a platform. The world gave me the platform to help create who I am today. You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure, man. That's what we enjoy getting out. We enjoy going and being able to. There's so much to learn.
Absolutely.
And like Cody said, they're not stuck in a box. They're not stuck in a box.
Well, it's just not enough. It's not enough to say, oh, you have fall break, you have Christmas break, you have spring break, and then you have summer break, because parents don't have the time, the vacation time, to take their kids to go do all these things.
Right.
I mean, and I really do think it's beneficial for, in y'all's case, the homeschooling. I look at it as, I wish I could do that with my kids. Just right now is not the time.
And that's it.
Right now is not the time. I know I can. I just know now is not the time. But yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to take my kids and travel with them and let them learn from the world. Be able to see, instead of looking in a book in geography class or whatever and reading about the Grand Canyon, why not, I'm going to take my kids out of school, or I'm homeschooling my kids, and, we're going to take a mini vacation and go out to see the Grand Canyon. We'll learn about the Grand Canyon there.
That's exactly what we do. That's exactly how we do that. When we went down to Florida, we went down to Panama, yeah, it was vacation, but we did work. Like, we learned about the sea life and, like, what the weather's like down there. I mean, we learned all about all the climate change. I mean, we learned about all this. And that's where, that's where I'll close with my homeschool. That's where I like, anybody that wants to do this, you can do it. Go do it.
Absolutely.
It is scary. It is a little nerve-wracking. But you can do it, and I'm fresh at it. I'm learning every day at it. But
I applaud you for it, though, man.
It's a cool journey.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like, later on, we're gonna look back and be like, man, that worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. If it works for you, go do it. Have fun with it. The world is your school, so. Like Wes said, knowledge is power, y'all.
Absolutely. And you have bright, beautiful young girls that I know. I'm a big spiritual person. That is one thing that I always say anytime I'm around your girls, man. They just give off that energy, man. They're meant to do something in this world, and I'm excited to see what that stamp is that they put on the world. And that's, I'll take a minute to applaud both your families because and I've mentioned this to Cody before as well. The jealousy factor comes in at times, because I don't have the closest relationship with my brothers. I don't talk to them on a regular basis and stuff like that, or my sister. And there was a point in time whenever we were close. You know what I mean? And to see where you guys are at in life. And to see how close your families are and how you are raising them on a similar path, I do think that, both families, Cody's and Matt's, your kids are
Wes's. And Wes, bro. Don't leave yourself out of this equation.
I can say we're all just trying to lead our kids down.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Be good people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is at the end of the day. I mean,
and we're three different men.
Absolutely.
In this world, we are three different men in society.
Right. The stereotypical thinking of, your child has to succeed and excel and go be this lawyer, this doctor.
Right.
As, architect, whatever, you have to be the successful CEO, whatever it may be, is BS. I hate it. I hate it. All you have to
be successful with them.
Go be you. Go find you.
To be is a good person.
Yeah,
and
man.
do the right things, and good things will come to you.
Be a good civilian.
Absolutely.
Yeah, choose to do the right thing because at the end of the day, it's a choice.
It is.
Life is based off of choices. You either choose to do right. Yeah, absolutely. Let your voice be heard. Absolutely.
Well, I got a vibe though. Got a vibe.
You got a vibe.
Yeah. So, real quick. UK basketball.
UK basketball vibes.
UK
Oh
basketball.
my gosh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from, at one point, now he still might, but he's a Tennessee Volunteer fan.
Absolutely,
he
through and
was
through.
born down there, so
Through and
he's,
through, I'm a Volunteers fan.
so now he's
Fan.
got Kentucky basketball coming out of his
So-
mouth, which is weird. Oh,
Well, all right.
excited.
So I want your opinion. Kentucky played Duke, and that turned out very upsetting for Kentucky fans. So the other night, I'd come over, and you were watching the Ohio State and Duke game, and Ohio State ended up pulling that out, beating Duke. So I want to pick your brain though. Where does that, they have Kentucky ranked wherever, but my thing is, where does that, realistically leave you in your mind about Kentucky and how they're playing?
Well, all right. So for me,
I got
I'm
this.
BBN all day. I think the Duke game, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the fight out of the Kentucky boys. Would you like to win? Of course, who does not want to win against Duke, especially against the Blue Bloods? But I feel like that, man. I feel like that's just one of those games that you're just trying to get all these guys that transferred in, that are coming off the bench. You're just trying to get them to mesh, and that's a tough team to come up and mesh. You got to mesh real quick and be ready to play at the biggest stage that you've ever played in your life. Madison Square Garden. So where they're at right now, I like how they're playing. I like the energy. I think they're going to gel, keep gelling really well. Come March Madness. Better watch out. And I don't say that as a Kentucky fan. Of course, Kentucky fans always win a championship every year. This year's different because these boys they're only going to get better and faster. And that little point guard, I think Wes has that. He likes that point guard.
Oh, Wheeler, yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities to Kyle Lowry, in my opinion.
Sports vibes. Here we
But
go.
hold on real quick. Let's take a break, and I'll come back in, and I'll give you my opinion of Kentucky's team.
All right. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes. You can follow the guys on their TikTok accounts. You can follow Cody at Cody Curry 52. Follow Matt at There That Man Go. And you can follow Wes at Chris21W. Thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes.
All right, welcome back to Boxed Up Vibes. Giving you my take on Kentucky Wildcats basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Duke and Kentucky game, which I think it was either last year or year before, they played a similar game. I think they played Duke or somebody at the beginning of the season. Like I said, when you play these games at the beginning of the season against these top named programs, you can't really say who's going to win or lose. It's just a gamble. You just throw them out there, see what the kids got this year. You know what I'm saying? As the season goes on, these teams evolve. In my personal opinion, that Kentucky and Duke game, Kentucky had two players that had chemistry. Mm-hmm. It was two players, and that was Wheeler and the big man down low. I can't think of his name off.
Awesome.
Yes. As that team there, and I think I've told you this before, Matt, that team there, I look at it, you said March Madness. As the season goes on, these teams are going to evolve. Right there, you had your Sweet 16, I would say, Kentucky Wildcats. Now, as the season has progressed, and now there's more players that are building up confidence, and there's chemistry being built within the team. On the bench as well, players coming off the bench playing really, really well, good minutes and stuff for Kentucky.
Shout out to Grady. Shout out to Dante.
Yeah. Now, I would say you're looking at an Elite 8 Kentucky. And as conference play hits, and they're challenged with the tough competition that lies ahead within the SEC conference, that's where you're either going to you're going to stay stable at your Elite Eight, or you're going to start molding out and chiseling out that Final Four to that national championship push Kentucky Wildcats team.
That is, I like that.
If Kentucky wins the SEC, I would say they're if they win the SEC, they're Final Four.
If they win the SEC.
If they win the SEC, they're Final Four.
I believe SEC is the hardest conference to play in, though. Because
Absolutely.
to have high hopes. I mean, me being a Tennessee fan, I have high hopes. You know, we got a good team this year. We got a deep team.
Indeed.
This year. Very deep.
Mhm.
A lot of bench players, and you know, you have a veteran that, you know, your starting center and Fulkerson, and you know, this kid's been there like 5-6 years. I mean, he got redshirted, all kinds of stuff. I mean, you have a leader, and then you have all these bench players. But I look at the SEC and I'm like, it's tough.
It is.
It's tough. I worry about Kentucky. I do worry. I worry about Oscar. I worry about Ty Washington. I mean, I worry about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me. I'm not gonna lie. It gives me goosebumps.
They're good. They're a different team. Calipari did something different.
They are different. He did.
He said, he promised that he was going to make a change. He was going to change his ways.
Yep.
And, hey, that's a life lesson. Watch this. This man don't have to do anything. He don't have to change his ways. He's been successful his whole life. I mean, his whole career of basketball, he's done well. But he said he's going to make a change. Boy, did he. He did. And transfers, I like how he did the transfers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does take time to go and have to make that mesh. Don't get me wrong. You love to see the juniors, the sophomores, the juniors, the seniors on the team, and see the whole team build and ride out. But it's not like that right now.
Mm-mm.
Now, if NCAA implements a 2-year, you have to stay in college for 2 years. If you agree to go to college, you gotta stay for 2 years, no matter what. I don't think that's a bad deal. That's an associate's degree. You get to play ball. You get to at least have a team that's at least a sophomore, or a team full of sophomores that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you get away from the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you like the one and done, then there's your option when you come out of high school. Then, you know, you got the G League. You got all these leagues that you can go play for now.
That's my thing. I think there should be a thing if you're agreeing to go to college, that yes, there's a 2-year, you get some form of degree while you're playing.
Absolutely.
And then you can leave if you want to after 2 years.
Right.
I don't like the coming straight out of high school. I think they should at least take the path that I don't want to bring them up, but the Ball family and the way LaMelo went about it. And, you know, he went and played the 1-year pro amateur league or whatever it was.
Overseas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He went and played for 1 year and then came to the NBA.
That's fine.
Then that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of the high school players coming in just because it's
too many youthful mistakes that could be made.
Absolutely.
On and off the court.
Well, I mean, and I look at the situation with the Kentucky player with the car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
And that tragic. And I think, well, you know, was he a freshman?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
freshman went to the league.
And that's what I'm saying.
Was going to go projected.
Projected to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, assuming that he was probably going to put his name out there in the draft.
Terrence Clark.
He's going to put his name out there in the draft. He was going to go. You know, if there was that 2-year thing, you know, might not have been there at that time. Might not have been out, you know, doing whatever. You know, had a completely different. It would have been a completely different path than what he had planned.
Well, they've got it now to where these players they're able to get the endorsements, correct?
Correct.
And what's his name?
So do you think that'll be
He's driving a Porsche right now.
So do you think that'll be a bigger incentive for players to stay in college now?
I mean, I think that should have been
the
table.
Do you think we're gonna go back? Do you think we're gonna go back to the old school, like Fab 5 basketball, where we're gonna have juniors and seniors on these teams?
I don't know if that'll ever. I don't know if
Because they're getting paid. They are getting paid.
Yeah, I think some of them will probably sit a little bit longer just because they have the endorsements in their pockets and stuff like that. And I think that, you know, if these endorsement people are smart, you're going to influence these younger people to stay in school and get their education anyway.
I just look at it.
You know what I mean? They should, like your Nikes and whoever is coming to endorse these kids, promote them, influence them to stay in school and get that education.
My biggest thing is I look at it and, you know, what these kids should be getting paid. I mean, you know, not being a Kentucky fan, but living in Kentucky, I know a lot about Kentucky basketball.
Right.
Kentucky is the #1 fan base in the world. I mean, you say Kentucky basketball, they're gonna know it's BBN, it's the Wildcats.
Right.
They know.
Right.
And as much money as that university makes, and what they could be potentially paying these kids, because, you know, your basketball team is your moneymaker. Why would these kids not end up staying that long?
Right.
I mean,
and I think they will. I think we'll see a change in that. I think you're
job.
correct.
That
Yeah,
is a
I think you're correct. I think that parents will be explaining it in the same way that you're explaining it as well to their student athlete. That, you know, hey, look, you know, this is comfortable money,
right.
you know, to stay and get your education. And then,
I mean, if you can hang my face on a banner off the side of the arena,
right,
then, you know, I should be getting paid something.
right,
Because I'm drawing in people. Yes, I'm performing.
I think
you.
it should have been like that all across the table the whole time. I think
Before.
a student athlete should have been compensated something.
I agree too.
I think it should be across the platform an equal amount. Like, hey, each student is going to get. I'm just going to throw out $1, $1,500 a month. Here's your check. You know, you're playing college sports. It's equal. It don't matter what sport it is. Here's your $1,500 check, and there you go. I know it's not much, but that does pay for these students gas money, you know, food money. You know, they have laundry things that they.
My thing is, regardless, even if you're on a meal plan or whatever, you're in housing, you know, they gotta be paid. They got to be paid regardless if their stuff's already being paid for. They still have to be paid because they are still performing at a high level for you. That's where I'm at.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Cody with Box of Vibes. Stop what you're doing. Go on social media, Facebook. Go to our platform. Click on the link and put your email in. You'll be notified when our grand opening for our store is. Get some great merchandise. We'll be back with you.
Welcome back to Box Up Vibes. I guess we're going to transition away from the college sports world. Save some of those conversations for another day. You know what? Let's talk about some war vibes, man.
War vibes?
Yeah, bro. Let's talk about some war vibes. A lot of shit going on in the world right now. A lot of shit that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to. At least they're not really flashing it, I don't guess, as much as they probably should be on the news and stuff. Even La Palma. Let's touch on that real quick in the Canary Islands. You know, this volcano's been going, how long, Matt? 70-something plus days now or something?
It's going on for a while.
And, you know, if you don't know the background on La Palma, pretty much what the scientists are saying, or at one point they were saying, could happen is that, you know, this side of this mountain blow off and go into the ocean and cause this crazy ass tsunami that would then proceed to wipe out Florida and the whole what is it? New York would be impacted. Maine would be impacted. There's
All
a
of the-
Florida would pretty much. I think their simulation said it would be gone. Now, in real time, if something like that were to happen, I don't think that all of Florida would be gone. But I think a great deed of Florida would be impacted, and it's notable enough, in my opinion, that they should probably be like telling people that, hey, this is a possibility, and you should have some kind of
evacuation plan.
preparation and set.
I wonder what is going on, because that governor down there, I don't know his name, sorry. He's usually very vocal.
Florida?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
He's really like
Yeah.
upfront about this shit that's going on in the world. So it is kind of weird that you do see all the things about it. And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is conspiracy." Well,
No.
there is a lot of science behind this.
There's a
and,
volcano actually like, erupting for
There's
us.
an active volcano right now.
There's actually
Like,
video footage of this stuff that is real. So, yeah, I wonder why they don't talk. It's kind of different.
And La Palma, that's one that I get on the YouTube live feed, check on it daily or whatnot. Just I'm curious guy about volcanoes and stuff like that, and intrigued by it. So it's something that I suggest everyone take the time to educate yourself with. Then you come up with your own opinion on the things. Not saying a tsunami is going to happen, but I'm saying that if scientists are saying that this is a possibility,
There's a potential for a natural disaster.
yeah, you should probably take some kind of preparation and at least be alert and aware about it.
Right.
The other thing, pushing into this the war side of things.
Ooh, talk about Russia.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm going to say. Obviously you have your stuff going on in Taiwan with China and the U.S. and stuff like that and everything going on out there. But then you also redirect your attention out here to, Russia and Ukraine and stuff like that, and the U.S. and NATO. Not looking good, and one thing that people always bring up, because I'm in multiple groups where we discuss this, veterans and stuff like that, what's going on, and they always talk about how it's always someone threatening somebody and flexing muscle this and flexing muscle that. And it's been going on that way for a year. Everybody's all bark, no bite. Man, I'll tell you what, I really think that more than ever, we're at a time where we could possibly see a hard bite from one of these countries.
I don't know if it's normal for Russia to have this many troops on the Ukraine border, but I mean, you got 100,000 plus.
Well, see, that is the thing. They've always been sitting there. The
Right.
troops have always
They've
been
always
there.
had troops on the
Now he may not have had the number of
That's
troops
correct.
that he has on there currently. But like I said, I think it all comes down to like a flex of muscle type game and mind games as well, man. There's different
Right.
things that are going on. Putin is a very, very strategical and very smart man.
Intelligent.
Yes, he is a very, very smart man. And I think that knowledge is power. Like I said before, you can have all the military power in the world, but if you have knowledge and you know how to outsmart somebody, especially on a battlefield, anyone's at risk of being defeated. I
Right.
do feel like that with the tensions, if anything pops off in any direction, China or Russia, you're going to have retaliation from the other because they have their little war treaty that amongst themselves.
Correct.
Don't freak out. That's just it's
I hear
new.
the look, I hear the sirens going off here. It's 12
I'm
o'clock.
not an area.
I was
Okay.
about to load up and we about to strap up and things were about to get very serious.
But
So,
we're at a point though that we could have, everybody thinks it's impossible, but no, it's very possible for us to have soldiers from different countries landing on our
Absolutely.
ground.
Absolutely.
Like, and people think that we're invincible, but
because we're the United States.
Correct.
we're kept sheltered from everything that's going on. There's no coverage
Mhm.
of any of this stuff going on.
Another red flag, if I might add, while we're talking about it, is the fact that while the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff was going on, they snuck in the fact that the women now have to are eligible for the draft. So that's that's something that I didn't see ever run across the news whenever I was watching it during all this time. I actually found that on I read an article on Fox News, just sitting there. I feel like, and like I said, in the time period that we live in, where women are always talking about fighting for those equal rights and stuff of women, you would think that this is something that they would talk about.
Right.
They would bring to the light, and it wasn't discussed at
Well,
all.
and my thing is, they had, I remember when the whole "don't ask, don't tell" thing was a big thing. They had that all over the media,
Right.
So why is this not?
Right.
Because this impacts everyone's livelihood, and it impacts your military. Why are you not?
Well, I mean, let's put this in the situation of both of you. I mean, I have daughters myself, plenty of them, but both of you have nothing but daughters.
Right.
So I mean, let's say that your daughters were grown females. How would you feel if one of your daughters, like, war popped off and your daughter had to get taken for war because she was forced to be in this draft?
I don't think anybody doesn't want any child or anybody else to go through any experience of that.
Right.
Of any type of war experience.
Correct.
But on the women's rights per se thing, why is it not really a big headline?
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion is because they are preparing for something later on.
Yeah.
So they've made this available now because I feel like they know at some point they might have to utilize. Like, they're going to have to utilize.
We pulled
Exactly,
troops.
that's what I was going to say.
We pulled troops from everywhere.
Red flag.
Everywhere.
And if
in the world, they had to focus on Afghanistan. That was the biggest focus. We're pulling out of Afghanistan, but there were troops getting pulled out.
And if you don't think that didn't hurt to
Everywhere.
watch, coming from a guy that was very, very impacted by the Afghanistan war, changed my life forever. And like Matt said, I would never want my worst enemy to ever have to experience the sights and sounds of war. But to see them just withdraw everything that you fought for over there, and it's just gone, handed over, man. That should hurt, man. It should hurt. But yeah, absolutely. And I went through my moment with it, but you step back and you look and you see what's going on and stuff, and then my red flag popped in my head. Like, well, wait a minute. You've got shots being fired from over here and shots being fired from over here verbally from two of these powerhouse nations that work together, that we know work together, and you have this mass withdrawal of troops. All that tells me
something's not right.
Something's coming.
Yeah,
something's
not right.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back in with some more war vibes.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes. You can follow the guys on their TikTok accounts. You can follow Cody at Cody Curry 52. Follow Matt at There That Man Go. And you can follow Wes at Chris21W. Thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes.
Welcome back to Boxed Up Vibes, talking about war vibes and how scary and real a reality is becoming. Everyday threats being made. I get online and I go to Russian news sites and they're blunt and bold with it. They are blunt and bold with it. They throw it right there in your face. With that said, I really feel like if something were to happen with the tensions going on with China and Taiwan and then Russia and Ukraine and NATO, I feel like multiple things could pop off at once, hinting your world war. I even feel like America is really vulnerable to attack themselves in multiple areas of our borders. I feel like you would see more of a naval side of things going on with China and Taiwan, and then that Ukraine, you're going to see more of your ground warfare and stuff going on. In America, I feel like that's where you're going to see possibly some kind of bomb or something. I mean, because
terror attacks.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's probably already here. It's already implanted. It's just
yeah, when they had them
timing.
borders open the way they did and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this whole bringing the what is it?
Refugees.
The refugees to all these places, man, that does not do anything but smell
Fishy.
fishy to me. Yeah, it's got a bad taste in the mouth and everything to me.
And that's not, we're saying that it's everyone.
No, not at all.
But
Not at all.
it's the way that the government went about
Hmm.
it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, come
I'm
on,
all
people.
for helping people.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
I know
There's
people
security
need help.
checks. They're checking you a lot better at going into a concert than they are you coming into the country. So, you know, you gotta go and you gotta open your eyes. And it's almost like they're preparing us. If you actually sit back and look at what everything's going on, and look what's out in America right now. The big blinders, I mean, all the COVID shit. But if you look in the stores, how many times you ever been into a store and you were able to go buy a bucket of meal-ready meals? You know, how many times have you been able to go buy a doomsday package in the store? I've seen more of that stuff start to become available now.
That's a really good point. The way that they're packaging stuff now is different. Even your different foods, like they have the little hamburger helper meals that are in like the little cups now. They even have like the stuff that's ready in the cans now that they're stuffing in these cans. They're different. Velveeta's got a lot of stuff that's in baggies now, and like the little almost ready to eat meals where it's like it takes a minute to cook the stuff and you just throw the cheese over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a very, very good point that you brought up there.
It's just like it is like they're preparing for. It's just almost like a low key.
So what are we preparing for?
Well, that's the thing.
I mean, because I sit here and I look at all the threats and everything that's going on, and there's a potential. I mean, there is a big potential of a nuclear threat. You know, if we're involved.
I mean, I feel like we're just going through a chemical warfare when
Correct.
all the COVID stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
so we figured out that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could take you to a place,
Right.
but it goes pretty deep down a rabbit hole, and you know, then
Right.
people start throwing, you know, well, that's just a conspiracy and stuff like that. But man, if you really open up your eyes and just step back and look at it and see how everything that's going on
Paint your own picture.
is linked, you know what I'm saying?
Paint your own picture.
Yeah, man. It kind of, because
You know what got us? You know when we talked about we know our background and with the knowledge we have, especially about masks. And
Yeah.
then, you know, the mask thing came out, and we both looked at each other like, you know, people only wear gas masks because, you know, there's masks for certain things. There's a reason why you wear a mask in a paint booth. There's a reason you wear a mask in a gas chamber. You know, there's things for that.
I mean, you look at hazmat suits, okay? You look at hazmat suits. If this is the deadliest thing in the world, why is everyone not walking? Why are we walking around with a piece of cloth over our face?
right.
If you go by
To
what they want
protect
to show you on TV, they had everybody in hazmat suits. But when your wife was working in the hospital, did they have a hazmat suit?
Nah, because I mean they're sets, man. They put shows on for us. You know that stuff's been exposed. There's plenty of stuff. That's where the beauty of TikTok comes in. because
Absolutely.
TikTok puts some truth
That's
out
what
there,
I was
man.
gonna- that's what I was gonna say. I came across a video the other day of these people that were running around in hazmat suits in front of places and setting up caution tape and
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Yeah,
And these people were recording them like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's nobody here with COVID.
yeah,
Like, nobody's sick. And these people, like, took off running.
yeah. I mean that's
And then later
what they
on,
do. You see it on the news.
it was on the news that day.
yeah.
That's wild.
That's already been exposed, man. That's just the news for you, man. It's
I
a
don't
scare
even watch
tactic.
it. That's
No,
the
you
thing.
can't.
I
You
don't
can't.
even- I can't even tell you the last time I've even watched any news channel on TV. I don't even know the last time I watched like our local news channel. Just because I don't even mess with it. Because I mean, think about some overseas buddies. I got a few that I talk to online that the shit that they telling me versus what my government and the American people are telling me. Yeah, totally different.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so much bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they really over here in America really just love puppets, like almost like a puppeteers, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a show.
I think that we're at a point in time where like people understanding what a militia is and the importance of having militias set up. I'm all for it, man. I think that there needs to be more of them locally in different counties, regions, and stuff like that. Because man, we are living in some scary ass times, and they're just not showing it to you. You have to go seek it for yourself to understand it, and
prepare yourself.
Yeah.
You know, prepare your family, prepare your friends. And that's the thing. It takes a community. Stop all this. There's no differences here. This is we're all human beings.
Yeah.
You know, this is to have each other's back.
We're all Americans.
Correct.
We're all Americans at the
We
end
just
of
have
the
to
day.
stop letting them take the power from us.
Correct.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to, you know, what we're seeing on TV and being fed comes from, you know, the government and all this. And they tell you what you can and what you can't see, regardless if that's what people think or not. It's the same thing.
Right.
You look at North Korea. North Korea controls all their media. Well, the U.S. controls all.
The
our media.
U.S. controls all.
They control
I'm telling
all
you
of our
right
media.
now. I ain't gonna say it. Go ahead.
I really
I'm gonna
believe.
touch on that.
I really believe. You know,
It's not even worth it, man.
the power they have power that was never intended for them to have.
You know what? I am gonna say it. Fuck it.
Joe Rogan says it. Let's go, baby.
Now listen. And this is coming from an infantryman, a United States infantryman that was hurt in war. I seen and experienced a lot of fucked up things. I had to do a lot of fucked up things that I'm not proud of, that our United States asked me to do. Put yourself in and understand this. Here in America, they put us in front of you as these proud boys, as these heroes and stuff like that. But have you ever asked yourself, is United States soldier the fucking terrorist? Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever asked yourself what the United States soldiers over there doing? What are they being asked to do? Ask yourself that, because there's plenty of people that did not want us over there, screaming at us, leave us alone, we don't want you here. You're a terrorist. But yet we call them terrorists. But we're going over there killing their people, killing their fathers, killing their sons, killing their daughters, killing their mothers, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, whoever. Just because we feel like they're linked to a fucking terrorist.
It's true.
Ask yourself, like, who's the real terrorist, man?
I mean, because think about how many people don't understand what they've never been into the military, don't understand what they've been taught or what the experiences that you know, somebody have to be sent overseas. They don't know the truth.
No.
They don't know it, and that's the thing. You can talk about it, say it, and they still they think you're bluffing. They want to just say, you know.
I love my country. Don't get me wrong. I love my country. I knew what I signed up to do. I knew what oath I took to protect the American people. But at the same time, I didn't sign up to do some of the things that I was asked to do.
Right.
I didn't sign up to take some of the things that I was asked to take from people, from women, from children. I mean, that's just food for thought. Take another break. Be right back.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Boxed Up Vibes. It's Matt here. You vibing out to the games is your thing? Come follow us at XJ_Crawler1997. There that man go. You can follow Wes at Afghan Dog. We're always on the station. We're always on Twitch. Come vibe with us. Thanks for tuning in. Back to Boxed Up Vibes. We on the war vibe and coming out of the war vibe.
I just want to throw this out there real quick.
Before you do it, I want to just say, bro, on the war vibe, bro, I'm blessed that you here today, man.
Thank you.
Beyond the corruption and shit with that, man, I do appreciate you, what you do and what you did, and you know, there is good shit. I'm sure.
Yeah,
there is
absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
And that's exactly, you know, before we get off this and, you know, we wrap up our show and stuff, I just wanted to, you know, we wrap up this segment and, you know, move on. I just wanted to say, we're not saying if you're in the military,
No, not
you're
at
a
all.
terrorist.
No.
We're saying these other countries can be looking at what we're doing and what you're being told to do as terrorist acts in their country.
Everything felt right in the moment.
Right. But at the end of the day, you're on their land.
Correct.
So you can take these people looking at you as a terrorist. We're just giving you that thought.
You got it. Yeah. Let me make that clear.
That thought from those people.
In the moment, whenever I was doing these things and tasked out to carry out these missions and stuff like that, it all felt right. You felt like you're doing your purpose for your country and you're helping out this country, enduring freedom and stuff like that. You feel those things. Then, injuries happen and you come back home and you have that time of reflection and you're reflecting on the war and you're
it's okay to question what you were asked.
Correct. Absolutely. And it's just like, you hear those talks with those locals that are playing off in your head, and they're speaking about how they look at you as a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Because the conversations were had. I'm not going to fucking lie. There was plenty of people over there that didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? But there was also plenty of people that seen the purpose of us being over there. Right. Me, myself, I have come to a point in time where it's just like, yes, there's bad people over there, but there's bad people in fucking America too.
There's bad people.
You know what I'm saying? There's people over there that want us fucking dead, but there was also people over there that just fucking didn't want us fucking there, that we fucked with, that we shouldn't have fucked with. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that I'm not fucking okay with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, America's a fucking bully. I'll fucking say it, like fucking we fucked with them because they didn't want us to fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, shit like that's fucking, it's wrong at times. But like I said, in the moment, it was right and it felt right. After the events and stuff like that, that was back in 2009. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been plenty of time to have reflection and thinking on those moments and stuff like that. Right. And there are a lot of things that I regret doing.
Right. Well, before we get off this, I just want to thank all our military service men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for your service. But yeah. On to our next vibe, though. What you got, man?
Let's go ahead, man. Hop up off that vibe.
Yeah, what you got, man?
I'm just saying.
I can see
shoot us out the cannon, man. Where we going?
I don't know how they getting off that.
I just see
you vibing, man. Look, well, we're gonna have a vibe. We got a vibe coming up here in a podcast. Probably our next episode, man. Yeah. I got a good little vibe that I'm really gonna touch base on. It's a little too soon right now, just because it's a little fresh. Cody and we've talked about the vibe, but we haven't really talked about this. It goes back to the Pookie Darts vibe, man. And if everybody don't know I play darts. My uncle inspired me to play darts. Cody plays darts. We got Wes some darts and a dartboard now, so it's just a fun little. You like gaming, that's the out. We're all competitive. I like the darts thing. It's very competitive. I like it. But we're gonna get on a nasty.
Let's stay on this darts because let's stay off the vibe that you want to go. You don't want to go down the darts right now. Let's stay on the positive side of the darts. So you actually inspired me the other day. You mentioned that I need to move my stuff out of my house, as far as my dart stuff, move it into my garage. And my garage has been a mess for a solid year. I mean, everything just got thrown in it.
Right.
So
it happens.
I said something. I told my wife, I was like, all right, I'm gonna clean out the garage and move my dart stuff out there. She told me I was crazy. She was like, you're not gonna do it. She was like, you're not gonna clean the whole garage. So I spent the day, cleaned the garage. Got me a setup now in my garage. Got me a little man area. Get away from all the girls.
There you go.
The dogs are so confused because the only time I ever go in the garage is to feed them.
So now you're out there chilling with them.
So I feed them while they go to their cages, and I feed them while they're in their cages.
Right.
Well,
he raises German Shepherds, people. So this is not just a regular dog.
So now they get fed, and then I let them out of their cages, and they're out in the house. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go in the garage, play darts, leave the dogs in the house, and they just sit by the door. They're so confused. They
Like,
don't know why I'm
why-
in the garage.
Why are you out there, man?
Right, yeah. Yeah, they give me these big eyes like, why are you leaving? Why are you not feeding us again?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're going to get fat. I have conversations with them.
Darts
But, I
is
mean,
a fun thing.
It
I'm glad
is.
you did that.
It is. I
I'm
mean,
glad you set that
it's a
down.
fun time. I mean, my girls come out. I got chairs out there, extra chairs from
Hell yeah.
from our kitchen
Sorry.
table, and the girls will come out there and they'll sit down and they'll watch us. And, sometimes my wife will play, and then the dogs always get in the way. I always lay in front.
So, how do you play your darts? Well, I mean, I know how you play, but tell the people, how do you play the darts? How do we play darts?
So I have a grand board. It's a board that it links with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth with your phone or a tablet, and then you can play anybody across the world that has a board.
And this is iOS friendly and Android friendly.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean,
What's your name on there?
I believe it is Hoss Cat, capital K, 2 T's, 52. But
Nice. I couldn't
yeah,
remember it.
it's a great atmosphere as far as stress relief. I mean, I can turn the dartboard on if I want to play. If I want to play with somebody, there's somebody always on.
Right.
Someone from France can be on. Someone from China can be on. You name it, I can play wherever. And that's fun. If you want to just play by yourself, you have that option. You can play against, they have animal battles.
Right.
Different levels that you can play against. Practice levels you can do. I mean, it's great. I mean, for me, it's something that I enjoy going out. I can do it. It doesn't cost me anything to walk in my garage and throw darts.
For me, man, it's good. I love it. I enjoy it. It's y'all can come check me out. It's Pookie28 on the grand board. You can come check it out on the darts. We're over here trying to get Wes to get on the grand board, so
Haven't
y'all
made my
be-
way yet.
y'all be waiting for that. I'm sure he'll be on there sooner.
I
or
play in
later.
darts and GTA.
Buy a grand board on GTA.
But yeah, we'll stay positive on darts. But I promise, man, this next episode when I come back on this,
We're gonna touch on some serious
we're
stuff.
gonna touch on some really serious stuff that is, I think, needs to be addressed and have a good conversation about, because what took place wasn't right and it's not fair and it affects people. So stay tuned for that next episode. For me personally, I appreciate every single one of y'all that
Absolutely.
tune in, listen. Bless every single one of y'all. And Cody, Wes.
Well, I just like to thank everybody for listening. Everybody that tunes in. That's it. I mean, we appreciate it. Really do.
Absolutely. Much love, light and love to everyone out there. We appreciate you giving us your time and your ears, and understand that with Boxed Up Vibes, any and everything's on the floor at all time. We just try to enlighten people and open up their eyes to different things in different ways.
Knowledge is power. Man.
Knowledge is power. And until next time, we'll see you.